There are transformations that are impressive, and others that are etched in internet history, from extreme physiques and head-scratching to transformations that forever changed YouTube. Mr. Beast dominated YouTube with his absurd spending challenges and displays of his lavish lifestyle. From eating a $70,000 golden pizza to a $100,000 bowl of ice cream. It's clear that these kinds of videos were a success for him, with each one garnering over 200 million views. However, it seems that this lavish lifestyle he led was also unhealthy. At first, Jimmy looked like a normal kid, but later, in his videos, he began to noticeably look a bit larger, but not seriously obese. That was until Mr. Beast himself posted this photo, in which he looked quite out of shape and, according to him, obese. He decided to make a change for the better, but being who he is, he had to make it a high-stakes scenario. Another YouTuber revealed that he and Mr. Beast had a legally binding bet. They had to train every day for a year, and if any of them failed to complete a session on a given day, they would have to complete a truly embarrassing challenge. This bet seemed to be the driving force behind their training, and Mr. Beast published the incredible form he's in now. The original plan was to reveal his post-transformation physique on January 1, 2024, but he rushed things a bit and posted this photo. It's safe to say he looks much better thanks to his weight loss and is truly becoming a beast. Which is exactly what another YouTuber, whose channel is called Obese to Beast, whose real name is John David Glaude, achieved one of the greatest body transformations of all time. But it wasn't without a struggle, as he began his fitness journey looking like this. At his peak, John weighed over 330 pounds, and at that time, he felt worthless and trapped in an obese and disgusting version of himself. Despite the enormity of the task ahead, he decided enough was enough and it was time for a change. Over the years, he achieved an incredible transformation, going from 330 pounds to around 200 pounds, reducing his weight by almost half. He lost fat and gained a tremendous amount of muscle. As he himself stated, he lived up to his username, Obese to Beast. However, this weight loss literally took a toll on his body. Like most people who lose this amount of weight, John was left with a large mass of loose skin on his body, which he called his biggest insecurity. Although he has become very good at hiding it, it still doesn't help his insecurities, and he calls it a facade. Even in places where he looks slim, like his arms, his skin is still loose, which is even worse than other areas of his body, where he has to take drastic measures to hide this insecurity. He even went so far as to call himself the king of loose skin concealment, posting this photo showing how he manages to conceal his skin. However, despite this, John continues to share videos and photos of his loose skin, demonstrating that no one should be ashamed of the changes he goes through. Although this weight loss occurred almost a decade ago, he remains a legend in the space and a pioneer in the fitness niche on YouTube. The channel is still active, but it doesn't have the same level of engagement it once did. Another YouTuber has undergone a similar transformation, but is much more active on the YouTube scene than Obese Beast. Sidemen, with nearly 5 million YouTube subscribers, has undergone one of the most legendary weight loss transformations in the history of the platform. The creator had an objectively difficult childhood, as his father left home at a very young age and he was raised by a single mother in a notoriously dangerous part of London. Unfortunately, like many others in his situation, he turned to food as a comfort mechanism, began creating online content, initially hiding his face. But as he gained more success and became more involved with his channel, he found the courage to finally face the truth, which completely reversed. He was the butt of jokes about being a mama's boy, his father's disappearance, and more. But by far the most hurtful comments concerned his journey. Despite his online career being the best it had ever been, he felt empty. He suffered from undiagnosed depression and at one point considered taking his own life. He describes his suicide attempt as getting into a car drunk with no intention of getting out. It was reckless, stupid, and selfish, but it made him realize the folly of his actions and how his mother would feel if she found out her only son was taking his life in this way. This moment was a turning point, because after this incident, he signed up for a boxing match and used his pre-fight training as the spark that ignited his fitness journey. That spark turned into a fire that burned within him as he completely transformed his life. He began to take better care of his health, working with personal trainers and cleaning up his diet. At his peak, he weighed over 220 pounds, but after his transformation, he lost over 65 pounds and built a significant amount of muscle. However, like the YouTuber before him, he too was left with the same problem of loose skin. He called it baggage and a reminder of how he once looked, so he made a bold decision about his skin. No matter how hard he trained or how well he ate, loose skin was a reminder of how he once looked, so he opted for surgery. The next influencer is the exact opposite, fighting tooth and nail to gain weight. After uploading his incredibly viral video showing his transformation, Joe Fazer inspired millions of skinny kids like him. But it wasn't easy, because when Joe was 15, he was a skinny kid in high school, standing 6 feet 8 inches. He endured daily taunts and body language abuse. After admitting that his lifestyle was his biggest insecurity, he was afraid to take off his shirt and never wore shorts in public. Using the insults as fuel, he endured a year-long transformation, gaining weight and a tremendous amount of muscle, leaving behind his skinny kid life. His confidence also changed, and it's clear he's finally starting to love his body the way he should, because during this time, he took tons of photos and videos of himself. This video of his transformation is over 6 years old, and Joe has established himself as one of the biggest influencers on YouTube. With his weightlifting challenges and other videos gaining millions of views, he still has his ups and downs like anyone else, like breaking up with his first serious girlfriend and losing his love for the gym. All the YouTubers we've discussed so far have achieved incredible fitness goals, but the next YouTuber will demonstrate that body transformation can go both ways. No one wasted his body more than Nicholas Perry, who began his YouTube career as a vegan YouTuber, creating small mukbang videos and sharing healthy vegan meals he prepared for himself. Since then, he hasn't made much progress, so he decided to make a change to help his YouTube career. However, this change didn't come without consequences, especially for him and his viewers. The change in question involved him eating increasingly unhealthy foods, particularly enormous pasta dishes that contain thousands of calories. It's likely that his sedentary lifestyle and these enormous meals caused his weight to start piling on. He became fatter with each video, particularly his thickened face. He didn't seem to be bothered by the weight gain, except for a few videos where I cry, noticing he didn't know where his obesity came from. Nevertheless, he ended up weighing over 350 pounds and needing an oxygen mask to sleep at night. Nicholas Perry's story is a stark reminder of what can happen if you lead an unhealthy lifestyle. But another YouTuber proves that no matter how unhealthy you are, you can always bounce back. This creator shocked the world when he revealed his face in 2022. At one point, Dream was the biggest gaming YouTuber on the platform, but no one knew what he looked like, but it didn't stay a secret for long. In 2021, a whole file of supposed personal information about Dream was leaked, including his home address, full name, and this photo of a very large boy that the leaker claimed was him. He quickly denied it was him, but the truth would soon emerge after the video was uploaded on October 3, 2022. In the video, he finally revealed his face, but fans quickly noticed that the revealed face looked strikingly similar to the leaked photos. In late 2023, he admitted the truth and told his fans that yes, those leaked photos were real, even showing stretch marks from his weight gain. Of course, this was taken when he was young, and since then, he's lost a lot of weight, and it's not at all representative of what he looks like. He said this many times, and many people have used this, and still do, to say he's dishonest. But the reason he lied was to reveal his face. There are no official figures on how much weight Dream has lost, but looking at the photos, it's clear he put a lot of effort into it, and it looks like he's lost weight for good.